Hello and welcome to Basics of Ship Design and Endless Space 2. Ship design appears to be a popular topic for Endless Space 2, so I figured I'm going to start doing a series of videos covering ship design. First one is basic design. More videos will cover each civilization's little intricacies. We're just using a generic United Empire's human faction to go over the basics. So basically there's 3 ship design hulls: smalls, mediums, large, and each hull design also has an enhanced hull. You get through the tech tree, but basically it takes you from these basic ones to these that require extra resources. So basically each class also has, each size also has a role. Like this is an attacker role. It has different primary targets, it gets different bonuses, and then you get the Guardian one. It gets other different bonuses and other primary targets. Then you get your colonization ship. You have to use one of these with a utility module. I forget which one. This one? Yep. Colonizer just gets a little flag to colonize new worlds. Then got the Explorer. It's very fast. These guys have other bonus. Well, he's fast. So you just scout more. You can put your pro modules on to explore anomalies quicker. The medium then has the Hunter class, which is basically a second tier of attacker from the small ships. And then you have the coordinator class role, which is the second tier of the Guardian from small size ships, and the large ships are carriers. So you get some bonuses to the squadrons. Next, basics. Different types of modules. So you get different module slots and different modules up here. You've got weapons, swords, defenses, the shields, armor, shielding, stuff like that. Utility slots, which are the square ones, and then aircraft ones, which are these triple arrow. And then you also have some special ones. This symbol, diamond symbol, for special modules. The United Empire is a special module, which is they can destroy a planet with it. Then the fleet system that has this, click in action. Planet blows up. Bye bye planet. So you can either specialize your fleets or you can do mixed fleets as a type of like doctrine if you want. Mixed, kind of a mix of both mixed fleets and specialized fleets, kind of the way you want to go. Because like some, like this guy, that guy, guys. Oh, there it is. Oh, cracker. Special. Oh, there's... yeah, like these. I don't see it in... well, there are some modules that give bonuses to the fleet. So in that case, you'll like want one person who gives fleet bonuses, and the rest of your are your ships, that your combat ships, say. So typically I use 2 different types of fleets. I use a combat fleet, all combat ships, all damage dealers, and then I use a siege fleet, which uses these guys. It kills more people when you're sieging. Basically, it's a different type of planetary bombardment module. It helps you siege down places much quicker. And it's necessary because you just take forever otherwise. So, if you plan on conquering a bunch of systems, you need to have some kind of either siege ships or specific siege fleets like I do. And if you're invading a lot, because you can just invade systems rather than siege them, then you're going to want these, which give you additional manpower, troops on your ships for landing operations. So that's pretty straightforward. Weapon types, also very straightforward. You've got kinetic weapons, like advanced slugs, which are best at short ranges. These are basically guns. They're great at short range. They're kind of crappy at other ranges. See here in the bottom left what ranges, how efficient they are at each range. Then you can do missiles. Missiles are great at long range, suck at short range. See? Boom! There you go. These are both considered physical weapons, so they're really good at breaking through shielded units. The opposite applies to lasers. First thing you've got is these are more energy-based weapons, like lasers. They're really good at medium range. Really good against armor. You got beams. There we go. Which are great at all ranges, but they're fairly low damage. But also good against armor. Side note, kinetic weapons, or yeah, your guns, kinetics, give you some defensive points because they also operate as flak to shoot down missiles and fighters, so they will actually shoot down missiles. Then there's the other special case. This guy. There's also this thing called swarm missiles. I almost forgot about those. Swarm missiles basically shoot up. There they go. A bunch of smaller, less damage-dealing missiles to overcome flak. And then you get railguns. Oh. So railguns fire pretty slow, but they ignore shields. Oh, they don't need to do a ton of damage. Like he's doing 48. He's doing that. That's not even really an upgraded one. But none of it has to go through armor or shields, so you don't need the extra damage. So when you're loading someone out, so like I would never do it like this. Here's an example loadout I would do. I don't typically like mixing too much, but in this case, actually, you know what I would do is to put fighters on. So when you're fitting out, you want to make sure you get some armor and some shields. Usually you favor one or the other. I do this because I don't know who I'm fighting all the time, so it's a little more versatile. However, if you are at war constantly with someone who specific weapon type, you can specialize. I have done that before. Do a basic movement and projectile base, so I can give this to get more damage out, 20% extra to projectile weapons. Decent loadout there. But now that I'm filled out, I can go over the construction costs. So while it doesn't take any dust, the gold currency basically, to build it takes gear. So this is basically how much planetary production value it takes to finish building this ship. So if you build this specific one on a system that has 100 production, it's going to take 56 turns to build. Most games that I've been playing anyway around turn 150. So high production planets for this. And then this tells you how much of each strategic resource based off of the module, what they take, or if you get the enhanced hulls that have extra, if you use the additional slots, they cost additional resources. And you can see how much this will cost you versus your empire, what you have stockpile. So that's all great. And then of course you have an upkeep. It's 44 dust a turn. 148,000. Like 5,000 income a turn, so it's nothing. So that will give you how much this ship's going to run you. The limiting factor here would be our Chal 6, because it requires almost 50. If I got 200, so I can only build 4 of these before out of research. But this is a powerful ship, and I think the game I have loaded up to show you this, I think I've only got like 2 or 3 right now. So then what we can go over to is this statistical panel over here on the right. You got some basic stats: health, how many manpower of the ship it takes to operate this. When it's full, it gets a damage bonus. What's your movement? How many movement points do you get per turn? And how many command points does it take in a fleet? So if you have 30 command points in a fleet, so it takes X1. Your attack value, defense value, and it kind of shows you by ratio how your weapons and your defenses go. So we're almost split half between armor and all kinetic weapons. And this down here shows you how effective your weapons are at each range. Since all guns were only really effective at short range. So when going into a fight, I will pick the tactics, which give me point blank range as soon as possible, basically. They can show detailed stats and you get some more. This specifically shows you like hull penetration, shield penetration, the damage per second of all equipped, so it's basically telling you how this number's calculated. That's from the bombers. And cumulative health bonus given by modules, that's how much hull plating we've got, how much shielding we've got. Basically, this will absorb 66% of damage, and this will 7% of damage of the type that knock it against that. That's how much shield hit points you actually have. Numbers are the total damage per second of the ship at these ranges, so you want to close quickly. And then you've got this really shitty button down here, but if you don't feel go through all this design work, because a ton of modules, it can get nuts, so you can just click auto design, but it only uses base modules. I found it won't use the upgraded ones, so they kind of suck. And that, my friends, is the basics of ship design. United Empire in Endless Space 2. Like, subscribe if you like this. Don't forget to definitely subscribe and click the bell for alerts if you want to see the videos for each specific faction that will be coming out. United Empire is kind of plain Jane, so really they're not going to change much except for this guy. Anyway, thanks for hanging around, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.